First time watch reviews. Yes, a movie that I have never seen before. A film that I've never bothered to put on for whatever reason it may be. And today I have landed upon the film The Hot Chick, starring Rob Schneider. He who ruined Judge Dredd. Yes, Rob Schneider. Was this film hot property? Let's find out, shall we? So this film here, The Hot Chick, I thought I'd go through my extensive collection of film and pick something out that I've never watched. I landed upon that. I picked it up in a charity shop, 3 films for £1. I picked that one up. Did I make a good choice? I don't know. But this film here, this film came out in 2002 with a 12A rating and a runtime of about 1 hour and 44 minutes. It was made on a budget of $34 million and went on to gross just shy of $55 million worldwide. Why it needed a budget of $34 million is beyond me. Now, the film is directed by Tom Brady, who has worked with Rob Schneider before on The Animal, I believe. And it's written by Tom Brady and Rob Schneider himself. And it's produced by the Happy Gilmore production company, Adam Sandler's production company. Rob Schneider is a good mate with Sandler. He always pops up in his films. Spoiler warning, Adam Sandler pops up in this film a couple of times. But there we go. But this is a body swap comedy. A body swap comedy, there's been a wealth of them. Is this one any good? So the basic story to this one is we are introduced to Rachel McAdams. Yes, Academy Award nominee Rachel McAdams is in this film. She's very young and she plays Jessica Spencer, who's a girl at high school, a very popular girl, a very pretty girl, you know the type, the one that everyone wants to date, and you know, and she's got a little band of friends around her. And while they're on a trip to this shopping mall, and they go into a New Age store, and there's a pair of earrings. Now, these earrings have come into play at the very beginning of the film, the opening of the film, that is set in Egypt. It's set in Egypt, ancient Egypt, where you see this body swap thing going on. But it's confusing in the sense that it's not a case of people's minds swapping, you know, or their personality, that sort of a thing. It's actually a physical swap of the body. So the character stays in place, but the physical aspect of the body changes. Very weird way to go about it, but there we go. So there's this earring, these 2 earrings that cause this. They get a hold of them, and while at a petrol station, Rachel McAdams' character, loses one of the earrings. It's found by Rob Schneider's character, who is a thief, you know, a down and out, a scumbag, that sort of a thing. And he puts it on, and lo and behold, they swap bodies. But Rob Schneider's body wakes up in Jessica's house, but it's Jessica in the body, and vice versa. And so the comedy goes on like this. Anna Faris stars in the film. You know her from the Scary Movie films. Yeah, she's in it as the best friend of Jessica. Her name is April. Eric Christian is in it, plays a character called Jake. Now, I know him from 4 episodes of Community, and he was in the remake come prequel of The Thing, and he's actually been in 301 episodes of NCIS LA. I don't watch NCIS, so I wouldn't know that anyway. The film also stars Robert Davi. Robert Davi is in it, yes, who you will know as the villain in Licence to Kill. He was in Die Hard. He's been in a wealth of films like that. And Melora Hardin is in it, who I know from The Office. She was in The Office, the American Office. So the story progresses, and you've got this body swap that's occurred, but it's all focused around Rob Schneider and him being the girl and acting like the girl, and this is where all the jokes come from and this sort of a thing. At this point, Rachel McAdams' character is kind of given a back seat in the film until the third act of the movie, where she comes back into play a little bit. Yeah, so you've got the obligatory jokes, you've got, you know, that you get in all the Adam Sandler films. There's jokes that attempt to be offensive, there's jokes that are racially offensive, all this sort of thing. But does it work? Unfortunately not. I'll be honest here, it took me 3 sittings to watch this film. I watched it in 3 parts, and that's probably a bad thing to do, because at 1 hour and 44 minutes it feels like it overstretches the joke. It feels like it overstretches what it does. And watching it in 3 parts, the film feels even longer. I don't know how I ended up watching it in 3 parts, I just did, but that's very telling of the film and my thoughts on the film. Yes, there are jokes to be had in the movie. There are moments where I laughed, and I did, because I do find some of Adam Sandler movies to be quite funny, because they're an opportunity for me to sit down and just empty my brain out. And I was hoping I'd get that out of this. An Adam Sandler movie for me is like having a short-term lobotomy, and I mean that in a very good way, in that my mind is always very busy, and I can sit down and I can watch his films, and for 2 hours it's like I've just dumbed down completely. Unfortunately, this film didn't do that for me, because this film was particularly bad. It was poor. Like I said, yes, there was laughs to be had. I had laughs in the movie here and there sporadically, but as a whole film, it just doesn't work. It's a very, very poor movie. Now, you might ask me, why did you even pick this up in the first place? Why, you know, okay, it was free for £1. I needed something to fill in that gap, so I've got 3 films. I went for this. Why did I go for this, and why did I choose to sit down and watch it? Well, films from this era are of a different ilk than what we have today. These films here are you can't play in this ballpark anymore with the sort of all the woke agenda, the woke, you know, how woke everything has become. All the jokes in this film would not be allowed in movies today. And I get a lot of enjoyment out of revisiting those films from a simpler time, shall we say, from a time when you could have a laugh, and you could have a laugh with things that are now deemed offensive. And yes, the film, like I said, had its laughs, and I had laughs in it. Rob Schneider becomes quite annoying in it. Rachel McAdams is very good. Anna Faris, I don't know what's happened to her today. Where is she these days? I don't know, but she's pretty good in it as well. Now, with characters like Robert Davi, you know, an actor like that, you know, he's completely wasted. He's a father of one of the kids just sat on a couch building like model airplanes. There's no jokes around his character or involving his character, and there really should be, because of Robert Davi and the sort of characters and the films that he does. It's a goldmine of seeing an actor like that in a comedic role. It just didn't happen in this film. It's like you could have had anyone on that couch. It just would not have mattered whatsoever. So to be honest, this film here is terrible. It's a terrible, terrible movie. Like I said, I laughed, but what I'm watching was an abysmal film that I would never, ever be interested in sitting down and re-watching. It's abysmal movie. What's your thoughts on it? I'm sure that some of you out there have seen this film. It may have been 20 years since you've seen it. But tell me what your thoughts on it are in the comments down below. I shall see you all soon. Take care and goodbye.